The Philadelphia Eagles at the Houston Texans. We mentioned already the over-under set at 45.5. Joey took the under on that in our prop draft. But also, the Eagles are 14-point favorites against the Davis Mills-led Houston Texans. That's like a college football line that we're seeing right there. We don't see 14-point lines very often. I've got like no ability to have any confidence that the Texans can cover even a 14-point spread. JL, do you think the Texans are going to cover?
No, I don't think they are. I think the Eagles are next to the Bills in terms of like the most complete team. And the Texans have been shown flashes of it, but they're not nearly as complete, So I think that the Eagles are gonna dominate this game.
Joey, do you think Philly can cover this 14-point spread, or do you think the Texans cover?
Yeah, no. I think Philly covers the spread. I mean, the position they're most vulnerable to, Philadelphia's defense, is the running back, and they're still top 12 against it. So this defense is fantastic. And as much as I love Dameon Pierce, like, I am nervous to roll him out there tonight.
I'm not as nervous in Dameon. Like, what else are the Texans?
I hope you're right.
Know what I mean? Like, what the hell else are they going to do besides give the ball to Dameon Pierce? In this game, we saw A.J. Brown blow up last week, absolutely dominate.
Big game.
Usually when a team is a heavy favorite, it can mean bad news for the receiving options, especially in the second half, right? As the team has a big lead, they're running the clock out. They're not as urgent to get those plays done. And obviously, rushing plays are better for like milking the clock, right? Do you guys have concerns for A.J. Brown tonight, or is his ceiling capped because of the expected game script?
I don't know why I have this feeling that tonight's a Devonta Smith game as far as the passing work goes. Because
it might be, yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're gonna, we've kind of not looked your way the last couple of weeks. Let's look to you tonight against this Houston defense.
The Eagles added a player that we're going to see their debut tonight in this offense as well. Robert Quinn making his debut in this Eagles defense. An Eagles defense that was already great, just in time for the offensive behemoth that is the Houston Texans. God, these poor Texans. And I was reading over about this game on NFL last night, just like some of the game preview things they're going for. And the Eagles are playing for yes, they've had a great season so far. The Eagles have never in franchise history started 8-0. So if they win this game tonight, they have the best start in franchise history. You know what I mean? That's definitely on their mind.
Franchise history.
They're making history. So they're going to be playing with that in their minds. For them to
play the Texans, 13.5-point spread. Either shit is going to go sideways tonight, or this is just like a layup for them.
I read a ridiculous stat. This one from NFL.com. The stat was the Texans offense has produced 116 points in 7 games so far this season. That's fewer than the Eagles have scored in second quarters alone this year. So the Eagles have scored more points just in the second quarters of games than the Texans have scored, period. Also, just to add on to it, the Texans have never defeated the Eagles. They're 0-5. So they would have to make history tonight in order to take down the last undefeated team.
Never beat them.
0-5 against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Outside of Dameon Pierce and Davis Mills, are you guys tempted to throw any Texans in your lineups this week?
Oh, and I'm avoiding Davis Mills if possible. It's really Dameon Pierce is the only Texan I want to start. 2-quarterback league. Joey, would you rather start Davis Mills or PJ Walker?
Give me the Peach.
We've talked about expecting the Eagles to run all over the Houston Texans. Does that mean Miles Sanders is a full slam dunk start this week?
I like Miles Sanders this week. I think he'll be a top 10 running back.
Fire Miles Sanders up if you have him. He looked great last week, so let's go.
Are there any interest in the other running backs in this offense? Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, are any of them startable in this game tonight?
I think this is also a type of game where you could see the Miles Sanders get his touchdown, and then Philadelphia is up by 21. And so Boston Scott and Gainwell get a little bit more work than they normally would. So I think if you have to start Boston Scott or Gainwell, I think this is the type of matchup you can do it in if you're in a pinch, especially with 6 teams on bye this week.
I'm not starting Boston Scott. I would start Kenneth Gainwell if I need someone.